Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So today is going to be my weekly shop, my stash. So I've put some things away, but I've kept some out, just mainly this drawer here because that's the exciting drawer. What I realised last week is I put way too much blushes, bronzers and highlighters. We only need one or two for a week. It's like I'm trying to shop my stash for the fortnight still. We definitely don't need a whole lot. So let's go through that first actually. Can you see how much there is? Like, do it that way, shall we? Okay, let's start with this Dior blusher I've got. So this, I used it maybe once or twice. I feel like I want to keep it in. So I'm going to keep that one in. Along then with the blush, the Made by Mitchell, if he wants to focus, strawberry cream blush. I want to try the pink under eye that everything's going crazy about on TikTok. Do you know to use it as like a concealer? You use your concealer as well, but you use this over the top. I want to try that. And people are trying like pink powders. I don't know if that's a bit too bright, but I'll try it. I might look crazy with it, but yeah, let's not worry about that. This can go back, and we'll pull a different powder bronzer out. I've hit even more pan on it. So that's the Natural Collection bronzer. It's in the shade Sunshine. Does it want to focus? Yeah, there. So that one can go back. This one can go back as well. I used it maybe once. It's the Kiko. It's like an ombre blush. And it's in the shade 01 Blending Wave. There we go. So them two can go back. And I tried using it with the About Face. And this one is the Cheek Freak Blush Balm in the shade Quickie. Right, so with these, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all guys, because having a sheer blush isn't a bad thing at all, but it's one of those that you have to build up. Let me just show you on swatch so you can see what I mean. I mean, it looks pretty pigmented on the finger, right? But I'm just going to swatch it. Right, one swatch there. I've rubbed it and now it's gone. So yeah, you really have to build it up. I'm not saying I don't like it. I mean, in fact, I actually do really like it. Karen bought it for me. I do feel though like I really need to leave it in and try it some more. So that one can stay in. This one stays in. It's my project pan. I've hit even more pan on this. You're probably not going to be able to recognise it. It's just down here. I've hit more pan. So that stays in. I used this a couple of times as well. Really enjoyed using it. It's the MAC, what's this one called? Beaming Blush. And that's what that one looks like. So that can go back. Really enjoyed using this Dior one. I've seen some like Dior bronzers and highlighters that I wouldn't mind getting from Boots, but for now I just want to focus on finishing this one up. I mean, look at that pan. I've hit even more pan on that as well, but it can go back for now. This one I feel like I should leave out. I didn't really use it that much last week. So it's the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light. I have hit pan on it already. I mean, I don't have that many cream bronzers. Let's leave it out for another week and then we'll pull a different one. This one I absolutely loved using. It's a Ciate and it's in the shade Date Night. Absolutely loved using it, guys. It is so pretty. So glowy. It's like a mauve toned blush. It's just so beautiful. That can go back. I think we'll put this one back as well, this Doll Beauty Pretty Fly blush. I did use it once, maybe twice. It's in the shade Viva La Vacay. And this one's really pretty as well. Again, really, really glowy. So that one can go back. So then, in that case, I'm only keeping 3 things in. I really want to keep that in for a little bit longer. It's just so, so beautiful. They've got one called Willa. I think that's going to be the next Benefit one I get. The only thing I don't like about this is the scent, guys. But yeah, I mean, I do really, really like the way it looks on the cheeks. Oh, actually, no, we want to leave the Dior in, don't we? The Dior Krista, and then the About Face, and then this Made by Mitchell blush. So that's what's being left in at this point. And then I can't pull too many more singles. I'll just have to pull a face palette. There's this straw up here. So I've left the Going Coconuts in, just purely because I've got one more look to do. Not necessarily, obviously I want to use some shades from the palette, but I pulled a Colourpop single last week and I've not used it yet. I'm going to do that today. So I'm going to keep that in just for that look. This always stays in, as you know. It's Project Pan. This stays in as Project Pan. We're getting down to it now with this. I think I'm only going to pull one foundation in today. And I thought about keeping this in. I'm going to be pulling a single bronzer, so I don't need it. I used it a few times last week and I really, really enjoyed it. So that can go back in the collection as well. Right, what have we got in here? So in that drawer it's just bare essentials. We don't need to talk about them. In this drawer, I still haven't used this up. Just when I thought, you know, I'm nearly there, I've nearly used it up, you're not getting anywhere with it. So I need to keep that in. I've also pulled this in. Well, I just took it out of the bathroom really because I've been getting quite a lot of breakouts. So it's the T-Zone Spot Sapping Gel. Don't feel like it's doing anything. Morad gifted me this and I put this in. So it's the Wonder Kiss Essentially Lip Scrub, and I've only used it once, but I really, really like it. Doesn't really smell of anything, but yeah, I like it. We've got my glitter glue that stays in all the time. Oh yeah, this was the eyeshadow we pulled out last week, can you remember, guys? So it's in Chase the Light, and I remember asking you guys if you think Kathleen Lights had anything to do with it. So I'm going to put that with the Going Coconuts today. Oh, it doesn't look like there's any pigment coming off it. Hang on, let's do a swatch. It's dry as a bone. And this is a new one. Well, one of the new ones. Right, what I'm going to have to do is try and revive it, and if I can't... That's 3 swatches there. If I can't revive that, it needs to go in the bin. It needs to get decluttered. But I'll probably keep it around the collection until I do the next declutter in December. So we've got this, the e.l.f. So we've got this e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. Now, you know I really didn't like the one in the tub, but I absolutely love this. It is so good and it feels so moisturising. It can go back in the collection for now though. I haven't used this either. I'd like to use this today as well. Yeah, so I'd like to use this today as well. This is the hashtag OTTW7 in the shade Out of the Blue. So that's everything. You've seen everything. Actually, no, you haven't. Right, so we've got a few things on top that we need to talk about. Right, so this... why are things not wanting to focus? So this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base is absolutely brilliant, guys. It smells of banana, so it's really, really nice. I'll show you. I've been using it. Well, there's quite a bit there. On there. And then I've not used all that. Most of that is on the actual lid, so I basically pull out from the lid and just put a tiny bit under the eye area. But I really like it. It's very expensive though. At full price, this is so expensive. Amy got it for me, so I do appreciate that. We've got a highlighter, a Jaclyn Hill one. I feel like I should keep that out. It's in the shade Extra. Let's keep that out for another week. I'll still pull some highlighters, but we're going to keep that out. I have been enjoying this a lot more. This e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. I still don't agree with the shades. I mean, you can see against just my hand just how much darker it is. So, like, a lot of people are using this as like a skin tint. For me, I couldn't use it as a skin tint. Let me show you. I've done this before, but let me show you on the back of my hand. Look, that's it on the wand there. And we'll just do it here. Oh, there's loads there. Look, that's it on my hand, and blend it in. Look how dark it is on me. So I just put it underneath my makeup. It's so dark. But yeah, that's that. So we'll put that away and we'll use something else. I used this quite a few times. I really liked it. I rotated basically this Jaclyn Hill foundation, the L'Oreal Pro Glow, which I put back, and the Missha one. I don't think there's too much left in this. So we're going to have a lot of different foundations in Project Pan as soon as the Missha one's gone. So we're done there. So let's go and pick out some base products. Right, it's not the best, is it? I can never get a good angle in this drawer. But you can see pretty much everything, I think. Let's do that. Right, so I don't know if I want foundation or if I want skin tint. I don't want both. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what I've got in skin tints. Oh, I want this. This collection Cica foundation. This is new. You would, by the time this video goes up, you'll see this. So I want to try this. Do I only want two? Yeah, because I want to get a good feel for it and maybe do a wear test. I don't know how that's going to be, in what form. I don't know whether I'm going to be doing a live or what. But yeah, I want to show you this. I got this for a really good price. So let's take that. And then primer, I want to take this one. Can you even see what I'm doing? Yeah, I might have to zoom in a bit. Shall we do that now? So this is the Covergirl Simply Ageless Skin Blurring Serum. So I want to take that, but I also want a poreless one. Actually, we've got the ordinary one, so we don't need it, do we? Normally I would go in at this point with the Dior one because I've not used it in such a long time. But I don't feel like I need it. Just purely because I've got the ordinary, I've got this here that I've just pulled. Right, so for concealers, I had this one last week, the Makeup Gallery Hiding Chic Super Size, so I had that. We don't really have kind of a lot of options here, so I don't want to open this one. This is my 17. So I've got the shade 001 Neutral. It's so light, but I like a brightened under eye. So I don't want to use that yet. I want to either use, I'll show you what I've got. So I've got 4 that are open. Right, what have we got? We've got the Primark one, I've used that recently. We've got the Body Collection, I've used that recently. And we've got the Essence. So then, I'll have to use the e.l.f. I think the e.l.f.'s pretty dark though. But if I want to do that pink under eye trend, it should kind of balance itself out a bit. Right, we'll pull that. Have I got a light one? If I need it, I can pull the Primark one in with it, but I might, let's have a look, or the, oops, or the Essence Skin Loving one. We'll just pull the e.l.f. one in for now. Right, so for colour corrector, I want this Glossier one. It's actually a concealer, it's in the shade G12. And I think maybe even that would look nice with the e.l.f. So we'll pull that in. Okay, so brighteners, not brighteners, illuminators. I've used so many of these. I'm just putting the ones up here that I've used already. I've not used the Technique Strobe FX. I don't think I've used Good to Glow recently. I've not used Primark. Right, so now I've got to establish which one I really haven't used in a long time, and I think it's Primark, so we'll use that. So the Primark one is just white. Need to get some more use out of that. I'm being drawn back to other foundations. No, I'm not going to pull another foundation. I'm going to need a powder though. Last time I used this powder from Lisa. I'm just wondering if I should pull a hydrating primer as well. What does it say about this one? No, this one's just blurring. I'm going to need a hydrating one. I don't really have many. I think I'm just going to pull this Shades by Sham one back in. I didn't really use it a lot last week. And I probably won't this week, but it's there if I need it. It feels like I'm about halfway done with it as well. Right, so powders. Maybe the Fenty. Yeah, let's pull the Fenty one out. Let me see if I've got any more like glowy. I mean, I've got this Revolution Glass Skin Primer. It says Ultimate Dewy Finish, but it just says dewy. It doesn't say that it's hydrating. And what's this Revolution one? That's just an illuminating primer. I definitely need to get more hydrating primers, I think. So we'll put all the base products away there, and then we'll move over to the rest of my collection. Right, okay. So we'll put this Covergirl in here. The Glossier can go in there as well. Then the concealer can go there. I don't know if that powder will fit. Let me just check. Oh yeah, it will. The Shades by Shan primer can go in there as well. The foundation can go in there as well. And will the strobe cream fit? Maybe put the strobe cream one down. I don't know if it's gonna. If it all fits, that's cool. So we're gonna put all that away now. So the powder needs to go in this drawer. Oh, and the e.l.f. needs to go in there as well. Is there anything else? No, I think it's all face products. So let me just go and put all that away, and then we can decide what we want to pull for this upcoming week. So we're pulling palettes first, and I'm doing it kind of freehand, so you'll have to excuse that. Right, so I've had this one on my mind, you know, ever since the release of the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. Obviously I've not got that, so and I know this is the cooler like version of it. It's been on my mind. There's one shadow missing out of it. It's in another palette, so I just need to add that. It's just so beautiful, and I just don't understand why it's taking me this long to realise that. Mine's looking a bit messy, but yeah, I feel like I want to use it. it was between this one and the Beauty Bay Neutrals. I've just got that, that's in the collection. Feel like I want to use this one first. So yeah, let's use that. So we're definitely going to need some cooler blushes then, aren't we? So that's that one. Right, and here's the drawer. So the highlighters, I really don't have a clue. Right, so I'm pulling a face palette, but it doesn't have any highlighters in it, so we're going to need to pull a few, well not a few, a couple at least. I've not used this one for a while. I'm going to struggle, guys, you know, so you just have to bear with me. I don't know how I feel about this Becca one. It's in the shade Moonstone. Everyone raves about these, but mine's fairly new. You know, I didn't get it upon release or anything. You'll see just how new it is in a minute when I show you everything. So I want to pull that. Maybe pull this because I don't know if I want to keep it. The Revolution Pearl Lights Loose Highlighter. So pull that as well, and maybe just one more. This one here. I think this one's on the chopping block. So it's the Model Zone in the shade Golden Sand. I just think it's a little bit too golden for me. Shall we do a fun one as well? I really love, do you know these, like, these fun ones here, like that's got a blue shift to it. That's got a pink shift to it. Pull this, actually. Don't do any shifty ones, just pull this Wet n Wild one in the shade Blossom Glow. I think it will go nice with any kind of pink look that I do with the Glam palette. I don't think I'm pulling any more palettes because it's got so many shimmers, that Glam palette. I don't feel like I need anything else. Let's just have a look. I'm certainly not pulling a palette as big as Beauty Bay, but I do have some smaller palettes, so let me just have a look. So this drawer is like that now. So basically, highlighters, bronzers. We don't need any bronzers because I'm pulling a face palette that has a bronzer in it. Oh, maybe pull this. Naomi gifted me this. This has got some shifty highlighters in it. Maybe the chopping block one. We'll pull that next week. Remind me, next week's chopping block. Part of me wants to do this, but not for any like blushes or anything inside or bronzers. It's got a face powder inside and I really like it. So I want to do it for that. So it still looks like I'm pulling a crap ton of products. Let me have a look at my drawers, like my eyeshadow drawers, to see if there's a smaller palette we can use. So they're in here. So there's this one that I'm always looking at and never pull. So it's the Cosmo by Rude Cosmetics. Doesn't really want to focus. Still don't fancy it. There was another new one I got. I'm sure of it. Which I probably don't know where I put it now. Hang on. So I've got two. I've got the W7 Moonglade, which is a out and out dupe of the ABH Nouveau. You'll be able to see it when I get it open. Hang on. Is it here? You can just see, you know, it's just an out and out dupe of it. I mean, even the packaging. The only thing is it doesn't say is ABH Nouveau. I feel like that's too many shades. Compared to what we're working with the Natasha Denona Glam. Personally, I feel like the Natasha Denona Glam will be enough for a week. Like I said, it's got a lot of shimmers in it. So we'll probably pull that for another time. And then I've got this tiny one. I got it from Superdrug. It was so inexpensive. I've done a short on it already. I've done a short on that, but I've not uploaded it. Now I've shown you the palette, I can upload it as soon as this video goes up. So this is the BH Cosmetics Nude Ego, and it's in the shade Unleashed Blushing. I think it's called Blushing, and that's what it looks like. It's a really nice rosy tone palette, so I think I'll pull this out and try and get round to using that. So that's at least 3 days there. Just because it's got 3 shimmers in it, it doesn't mean I've got to kind of basically use it for 3 days, but I will pull it out just so we've got some variety. I've got quite a lot of lipsticks in that box Morag sent me with the Friend Mail stuff in. Can I show you? Can you see? It's absolutely jam-packed. Mainly of neutrals. I wanted them all together. Right, so the palette I want to use for this time is this Smashbox one. I haven't used it in ages and I keep saying, oh, I want to use that, I want to use it, and never pull it. So, alright, if I could get into the thing. Like I said, it doesn't have highlighted because I've used it all up, but it has a bronzer and it has 4 blushes. I do want to pull that blusher that Morag sent to me because she asked me to try it, so I want to pull that as well, and I think that's going to be it. Okay. Right, well, it's not in this drawer, is it? I was going to pull this one. This is new, from 17. But we can save this for next week. There's a shade almost like it in the Smashbox palette. It's in the shade Plum Blossom. It doesn't want to focus. Yeah, so I think we're going to leave that drawer. And that's the blush. I think you thought was from Primark. It's from Revolution Morag, if you can see that. Revolution Pro. They do look very, very similar though, don't they? Just different packaging. So Morag sent me this one, so I think I want to pull that. And let's do a shimmer. I know I said I wasn't going to pull anything else, but this one's very, very shimmery, and I do love a good shimmery blush. It's the Laura Gellar in pink Grapefruit, unless there's a different one up here. I mean, I still haven't used this, you know, but I think this is completely all matte. I've had this a couple of weeks now. Maybelline Fit Me. It's in the shade Berry. Yeah. It's definitely like a winter blush, that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take you back over to the vanity, and we'll put the things away that I've picked out. So just doesn't seem a lot this time, does it not? But let's see once it's in the drawer. Right, so this is the blush that Morag said, as I said earlier. Definitely wants to use this, so I can give her my thoughts. I'm going to try and do a live, put a live together and use it in that. But that's the shade of it there. So yeah, let's pull that drawer out. Okay, then we've got the face palette. I don't even know where I'm going to put this, and it's got those lovely shades in it there. Okay, so I've done the swatches on this. I'll tell you what the shades are. So shimmer's missing, that was the highlighter. So we've got we've got Warm Apricot, we've got Guava, that one there, then the bronzer's called Suntan, then the other blush is called Rosy, and then the last one is called Rosette. So Rosette, the lightest one in the palette, which is this one here, is only really for fair skin, which I have, but even sometimes on me it doesn't show up. So let's put that to one side because I need to figure out what to do with that. And then I also pulled out another face palette, which is a bit overkill, but just remember I'm only using it for the setting powder or the finishing powder, so I'm using it for this here. I won't be using the rest of the products. They are nice products, the blushes are really nice, but I want to concentrate on the Smashbox one. So the finishing powder is called Infinity Powder, and then I pulled this Kat Von D Alchemist palette out. Oh, that highlighter just keeps breaking more and more. Such a shame. And this is just for like the pop, like if I want a pop in the like if I want to do something fancy on the cheekbones or the inner corners, I can use that. I need to try and put it somewhere flat, otherwise it's just going to keep breaking. Right, so with highlighters, I actually put that one back, but I decided to put the loose highlighter back. Can you see? It's just really, really dark. I feel like this is going to be getting decluttered in the winter declutter, so that is up for debate. I might have to keep that in another week as well. We've got the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in Blossom Glow. It's so nice. The packaging's breaking though. I've almost hit pan here in the corner, so looking forward to using that a bit more. And I pulled a lot of products, and a week's not a long time, is it? So I'm going to put that back in the Soft and Gentle. Then we've got this Laura Gellar blush in Pink Grapefruit, which is quite shimmery as well. So that's that one there. We've got the Becca Moonstone highlighter. Look, you can see just how new mine is. It's still got the paper in it. I have used it a few times. You would have seen me using it a few times, like when I pulled it out for Shop My Stashes, but not enough. That's the shade there. It's really light. It's definitely my shade, and then you're not going to see it. It's practically my skin tone. It's there. So that's that, and that's everything in the drawer. So realistically, I've not come away with anything. Let's take the bronzer out. Let's take this Revolution Cream bronzer out. I want to focus just on a powder bronzer for this time. So yeah, there's not as many products in now. And I'm just thinking, let's take the Krista blusher out as well. I can always put it back in next time. Right, so that's a lot better. Okay, so up here then. So eyeshadow palettes, the Natasha Denona Glam palette. Like I said, there's one shade missing, but I'll sort that out later. It's just in the Yucca palette I made up. So yeah, I mean, I might not even put it back in there. I can use it just fine without that eyeshadow in there, I think. Depends which one it is, but yeah, I'll use that this week. I think this is overkill on the eyeshadow palettes as well. So we've got the Nude Ego in Blushing, that one there. So maybe that will have to stay in another week. I don't know. That always stays in. And then we need these face palettes to stay in. Well, to go in, sorry. And hopefully they'll lie down flat. Yeah, that's good. And then they go in coconuts just for today. So that's those. Oh, sorry. I want to show you the lipsticks I've been using last week. Some are still in my handbag, but I'm going to be doing a what's in my handbag. It's just crazy how many lipsticks are in there, so I've kept them in. But I'll show you what I've put back. Right, so I've got two CoverGirl lipsticks, two new ones. So that's what they look like. I don't know how I feel about them. So I think I can put this one back. I know it looks red, but it's more like a, I'd say like kind of a brick red, yeah. I'll show you on the dough foot. It wouldn't go with a Glam palette, let's put it that way. This one, however, would. So we'll keep this one out. I don't know how I feel about the formula, and that's why I'm keeping it out. I think I'm going to keep the Lifter Gloss out. I feel like that'd go with the palette as well. Oh, this is such a nice shade. Now, I don't normally do satins or anything like that, but I got this as part of a, you'll see it coming up, you'll see it before this video. In fact, I think it's going up tonight as I film this video. Basically, it's something I bought from Boots. Now, I I'm not 100% sure that they should have been selling it, but I'm glad that they did. Anyway, this is the L'Oreal Colourpop Stain Sunset lipstick, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm keeping that in for another week. It's definitely giving me fall vibes. Right, I bought this. Oh, should I keep that out? With that Glam palette, I think it'd go nice. Yeah, I'll keep it out. Like, the nudes can go back, I think. I don't think I used the Rimmel one. Or did I? Yeah, I think I did. That one can go back. The Revolution Sauve can go back in the shade Cake. It's really, really pretty. So that can go back. And then the Revolution Awaken can go back as well. So I used to pair, so what I did is pair the Revolution in Sauve and the Revolution Awaken together, and they looked really, really pretty. So I'm just going to keep 4 lipsticks out, and if I need any more, and then I'll just put some more in and we can go through them next week. But there's not a lot in there. I need like a pinky nude though, don't I, as well, to go with that BH Cosmetics palette. Let's just pull this Kylie one in. So that's good. Right, so these are going back. I'm hoping that I can kind of do something with this and I can actually put it on my eyes later on. Yeah, I think it's going to take like 24 hours to set that thing. Actually, might not. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll just put the lid on. Put it on top of the vanity there. And sort these out, and then I'll do the overview. Okay, so here we go. So just on top now, we've just got the highlighter by Jaclyn Hill and the face cream by Bobbi Brown. That's all Project Pan. I don't really need to go into that. Then this is pretty much a mishmash of everything. Palettes, face palettes, my Project Pan foundation. Then in here is just my face products. There's a lot less than last week, so that's good. That's an improvement. But I wanna try and just like really focus on kind of only bringing 1 or 2 products in at a time, especially where blushes are concerned. It's always so much in blush. Like, it's very much blush overkill. And highlighters even, you know, I've got 2 free highlighters for a week. I feel like that's too much. And then obviously I've got the face palette as well. So yeah, I mean, I like variety, but I do feel like that's a bit too much. And this is my face products, base products. So that's that. And then also like more everyday essentials, like that spot stopping cream, that lip scrub, primers. That I class that as a primer as well, because I don't really use it as a highlighter. Strobing cream, I don't use it that way. And then we've got a colour corrector. So it's a concealer, but I use it as a colour corrector because it's very, very peach leaning. So that is absolutely everything, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like this video, it really does help my channel grow. Share and comment, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye guys.